Well, it is said one body done down. I haven't been able to get the details because I just jump out my sleep. I struggling here. Right now I just running on adrenaline. I wake up confused, hear that shots fired and I get certain details and I want to go for myself for confirm. Right? Now, yesterday we had big debate as to whether it was right, it was wrong what the mayor did, what the mayor was doing. Even in the mayor's apology, you could see the bullshit. A friend called me last night. A friend of mine and the mayor called me last night and said, "Ma, where you showed him my house for?" Well, everybody know where the president live in. They should know where the mayor live in, and it's so happy he live in it. He ain't living at Lamaha, he living at Pigeon Island, he live in. Now this is the reality. Whether how you want to put it, whether how some of the news agencies want to put it, an attempt was made on the president's life. Mere 24 hours after. Now I'm telling you, this government has a problem. This government is a business-oriented, fun-loving government. This government don't know to apply to violence when they need it. And they're dealing with an opposition that doesn't know anything else but violence. You understand? They don't know anything else but violence. You know what I'm telling you? People have to be cognizant. This is not all Guyanese. We don't need division in this country. But people have to come out and see the opposition for what they are and say, listen to me, this can't work. You have a lot of people out there. You have people, right? I know. That is why I have to be very careful about what I say and when I say it. You have people that call me. They'd be told things and they say, Critic, if you ain't tell me, me ain't believe. You imagine the kind of trust people have in me? Eh? You could imagine the kind of trust people have in me? I have to be very careful about what I say. Even with the opposition, I curse them and everything that I say is a matter of fact. I don't say anything that would cause people to watch them or want to do them something. Now everybody was like, I seen chat groups. They got a chat group. A set of worms come out. Right? They got one of them chat group name. What the chat group name? Let me tell you the chat group name. No parking meters Guyana or something like that. And I said, so what did he do wrong? And what? When you have people who are educated enough to read and write, but not enough to understand, you got a fortune problem in a country. You got people typing in a chat group, and the discussion was, what did the mayor do that was so wrong? You understand? They don't know what is inciting. They don't know what it is to incite public terror. You understand? The thing is, you look at where the opposition is not talking about the COI. The opposition is not talking about anything. Let violence come about. And they can incite their people. And then is where they come. You see Aubrey Norton this morning. Where problem could make. Where fight there. They're not romantics. Yes, sir. They're more blatant and deliberate and vicious. Now the opposition by themselves, the mayor, can't hold back the progress of this country. The people, you look at the people who are in the opposition group, when they start marching, the people, no. You know what's the last straw? You want me to tell you was the mayor's move? To hold out to Georgetown. The mayor's move, because the strength of the PNC used to always be vendors. You didn't know? Well, if you didn't know, let me tell you. The people used to run and loot and break in all them stores and thief out them things at them stores and so. Mostly vendors. Yes, vendors, Cayenne mass, people hustle, there's traders and so them scholars are traders. And every 5 years, they come out in support of the PNC and burn and pillage and loot. You understand? That's what it do, yes. If you didn't know, well, now you know. Right? Now you know if you didn't know. So let me go and find out exactly what happened at the president's house. Again, an attempt was made on the president's life. Initial reports come out say there was an attack on State House. No, there was an attempt on the president's life. Simple as that. Because the president sleeps in State House. He lives there with his family, wife and kid. In a wood house. At the corners of Carmichael and wherever the other street name. The president lives there. So me, if you think you firing a shot outside, where the bullet go in? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. You know why the PNC don't come out plain and tell the Guyanese people that they have no intention for the PPP to run Guyana? Why they don't come out plain and tell the Guyanese? Because there you look at it. After 28 years, the PNC run Guyana. The PNC never accept election defeat in the history of Guyana. You understand? Election always wait for them. They never lose. The only body ever accept election defeat in Guyana. Political party is the PP. You understand? So why did I call? Why every time the PP take power? They holler for discrimination, they holler for this, they holler for certain things. They want more power for their people. You had 33 years to help your people. Now Nigerians publish a thing. Mohammed wealth come from 4 generation critics. You know that. The people does not give Mohammed money.
Who Mohammed?
When they're talking at Quarry cleaning the arms, Quarry this and
my brother. Who posted a thing? Nigel, you posted something about Mohammed?
When it's showing who get the Quarry
by these people unreasonable by?
Yeah.
Pops work his whole life to get what he has.
Good. Mohammed said they're welcome from 3 generations. What people
Here, brother, let me careful later with them things. Tomorrow we gotta give it up. Somebody try to kill the president, let me go and see what's going on there. Me want to give for them things, you know. Tomorrow we can give it up. So, Jesus Christ, this thing there. Oh my God, I supposed to go and take a shot this morning and I can't make it. So they got an area card off here, I know. Because where's the area? Let me go and see. Obviously, Crime scene investigators are going to be on the scene. No, I know, I do. But I look at the line and it's nothing. And the line of video, I want to enter. Ready? So this area is cordoned off, and for those of you who have just tuned into the Guyanese Critic Morning Live, there's been a shooting in the vicinity of State House. State House is where the president lives, and my only listing or header is an attempt on the president's life, because even if it's an accident outside there, it would be a treasonous one to have people who are highly trained doing stupidness. Let me get round to another vantage point. That look like a little closer area. Let me go around from the other side to get a closer, maybe from the hospital side. Let's get a closer vantage point for you guys. I don't know, I see in crime scene investigator marking areas, so let me go around the other side. Now you have this incident one day after the mayor would have chosen to be reckless with his language. Just one day after. Right? Just one day after. Now, initial reports that I just received, sketchy. But how? So we lucky for have a case whereas a man ended up outside State House with a gun. Investigators are on the scene. And I was asked not to preempt the investigation. But let me go and see. We got to talk with what we see with our own eye. And good sense has to prevail. Hello. Roger that. Safe. Roger. Roger. Safe. All that information coming in. You know, I can't tell you how we're getting everything or whatever. I'll just give you the story. Hello.
Morning, sir. How you doing, man?
Morning. Talk to me quick, brother.
Oh, just looking at your thing there.
I there in the midst of something and I try to make sense out of nonsense. We can talk later. Can't give this man. I try to make sense out of nonsense. So, now, you know I don't do nothing surreptitious, right? I can't tell you why I do, always do, but I can tell you to ensure that good sense prevail. There was a time, I don't know if you ever see the picture Hotel Rwanda. So there was a time as a result of what a radio announcer said, misleading information a radio announcer gave, caused a genocide in Rwanda. Right? 800,000 people died. So as investigations move on, we will look closer at what and how the president has been affected. Now, I've been advised that an attempt was made on State House. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the truth. This government is so nice that they think about how people are going to be hurt, how people are going to be affected way before anybody's affected. They think about, I'm telling you. Hey bro. Yeah, talk to me. Yeah. It's under control, don't worry. I'm gonna update you, we're going on just now. Safe. Cool. We're going on, partner. Talk to me quick. One down. Safe. Yeah, I can get the details just now. We can get the details just now, don't worry. Safe. Sometimes I put in a situation I don't even know how to explain the situation. At times I'm put in a situation. Yes, sir? The government in the interest of not making nobody feel bad. Right? In the interest of not making anybody feel bad, wouldn't tell you anything that would rile you up. You want a better government than that? That wouldn't do anything even for hurt your feelings? You understand what's going on? Eh? You understand what's going on? You got a government don't even want to do nothing for hurt your feelings. You can't want more love than them. But I got a line up the road here. Can I go here? Yeah, look like they got a line. So this is, just to give you a gauge of where we are, this is Lamaha Street. This is Carmichael Street. What is this? Yeah, boy. Lady just drive up the one way. So it said that, or let me tell you how this thing go down, because I'm a little confused. I know we're going down, but in the best interest of national security, nobody wants to see people upset. So, hi, morning, ma'am. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. This girl like she's speedy, huh? It's really good. So. Alright. So I don't know if a body is still on the ground. I know what's going on. Yeah, brother. Crime scene investigators are on the ground and man, I say come too late, man. Like if you would expect me like you expect me to do the act myself. Oh Jesus Christ, how the man say me come too late, man? How you could come too late for disaster? Me want this to happen, period. So there's blood on the ground at this area. And for those of you who don't know, these markings, these numbered yellow little markers would suggest items of evidentiary value to this investigation. So it would either be points where, so I'm seeing the crime chief on the ground there, it would either be points where blood is dropped or spent shells in the case of this shooting incident. So it would mark different areas. Now there's a lot of blood here, right? This is just across the road from State House. What exactly transpired here, I can tell you, I received reports just about an hour and a half ago of shots being fired around State House. And then initially I was told someone fired shots at State House. This is the president's residence. Fire was returned by presidential guards, and one individual was said to have been killed in the process. We're going to wait for a police report to bring some clarity as to what exactly transpired here. So, crime scene investigators, assisted by, are being looked over also by presidential guards. The guy in the black is, and this would be an investigation that needs to be well thought out. Again, the president's residence is on the corners of New Market, Carmichael, and Main Streets. It's on 4 corners. And this has, the State House has been the president's residence for many presidents, almost all of presidents except Burnham, who lived at Castellano House. This morning we received reports of gunshots. How many gunshots? So blood samples are being taken. The blood is being swabbed at this time. How many shots came from the suspect? How many shots came from the shots were said to be returned from the presidential guard hut? How many shots were exchanged? What was the gentleman's posture? Who is the gentleman? Those are some of the questions that have to be asked. When one considers there is a why, a when, a where, a how, what would have motivated this person just 2 days after, you know, the mayor would have incited, you know, spoken words that would incite things. I'm seeing investigators at the other end, at the entrance to the president's residence. I see the crime chief and some investigators. They're looking at some things there. I don't know what's the purpose of that. But all the evidence markings are about this area. So you got markers all around here and lots of blood in this area. Lots of droplets of blood in this area, suggesting that the suspect, I don't know if this is the last place he fell, because it would be a little far-fetched to be able to respond, but with the kind of hardware that, the kind of rifle hardware that the presidential guards have and the kind of training that they have, it's not far-fetched for them to get a clean shot from 150 feet. So the blood droplets, oh my, now I understand what's going on. So these are not pellets. These are blood droplets coming from that direction. So if you look at it, the blood droplets is blood droplets all the way. So the markings, I thought they might have been from spent shells. So it's not that. This is blood dropped. So the blood droplets is leading from the gate. What exactly transpired there is yet to be ascertained. Let's hope a police report will bring clarity, because when people act in these manners and when these things happen, one doesn't know why people do what they do. A lot of times the reason for the incident or the person who perpetrated the act is not clear. The act itself is clear, but what would have caused the initiation of an illegal act is not clear. So what we're looking at, and the police are swabbing blood droplets that comes from the gateway of the president's residence, and it stops somewhere here, suggesting that the individual would have dropped there. What exactly transpired? Who is the individual? Were they able to enter the residence? What time exactly this happened? Were they other individual? Was a car waiting for them? This is an area that doesn't have any parking on the road. Car not supposed to have any parking close to the president residence, because somebody could park up in a car and they don't know who is in the vehicle. So rightfully so, if you notice, this is a no stopping zone on both sides of the area. So was there a vehicle involved? Was somebody else waiting? Who is the individual? Right? Is the individual known? Does the individual have a criminal past? Does the individual suffer from mental issues? A lot of cases where people are fascinated with public figures, heads of states and so on. You realize these people have some bit of mental issues and unstable background. These are things that have to be looked at also. For those of you who've just tuned into the morning live with the Guyanese Critic, I'm coming to you from outside of State House, where an attempt was made on State House and it was foiled by presidential guards. One individual has said to have been shot and killed. His remains just half an hour ago would have been removed from there, and as you see, investigations continue, and I'm seeing the police swabbing all the way around. I don't know if it's to make sure that is the right blood, is the right person coming around all the time, but they're swabbing. I would want to think they're doing a thorough investigation. So the area has been cordoned off from Newmarket Street, from Waterloo Street has been cordoned off, and from Main Street, and from Carmichael Street, from Middle Street to Lamaha Street has been cordoned off to facilitate in this investigation. I'm hoping a police report could be forthcoming that would bring some clarity and remove whatever tensity is there on the nation as we speak. I can tell you I've received reports that suggest there was an attempt on State House, because initially, hear my logic. As a journalist, as somebody who has been on many of these things, so somebody outside here with a gun, there's a wood house, the president is within that house. If you're trying to get in that house, what is your intention? Do you want a heavily guarded area? Right? Soon as you come in this area, soon as you're present in this area, you're fully well aware that this is a safe area. Right? So one has to ask oneself. I can tell you the powers that be has no interest in creating instability and unrest in this country. So they have chosen a peaceful approach. Like the president, in all of his actions, he shows a mild, disciplined, mannered approach. Because I had my headache this morning and people say, you know, Critic, let good sense prevail. Let's wait and see. Right? I'm telling you all honest what happened. Because you will see my head one time and then you see it change. He said, let good sense prevail. And I've chosen that path because, yes, it makes sense. Let good sense prevail and let peace prevail in this country. We can't allow, because this is what people want, to use things like this to create instability. Right? So I've chosen to use the term an attempt on state house. But I'm going to tell you, I can't deny myself because it's 6 minutes to my stomach. I don't know what an attempt on state house, if the president and his wife and his child is in there, what does that mean? You understand? But it is the wishes of the power that be, because they are a mild-mannered, people-loving people. I, on the other hand, might be acting out my personal angers. There's the problem with this country. Watch. What you going on here? Watch. Oh, my. Watch. Hold by like he's a little retarded or something. How he passed through nobody sees like he's a little Mongol or something. Oh, why? Oh, yeah, I see with the little mental. It's two mental people in this man. He know how he can. Watch it. He take off his hat. Everybody know he. Watch. Watch it, he throw down himself. Watch he rolling and so. Watch this. What is this? He throw down himself off his bike. The man tell he can't pass. He walking through a crime scene. Who is this? He can't make up these things in this country, boy. The man showing he can't pass. Watch, a man helping you up and he fight. Watch, who is this? It seems that the older they get is the more dotish is get. I can't make up these things. But he throwing on himself. What the blood is this? I can't make up these things if I wanted to make it up. Watch. He see a heavy police presence and he cannot. He hold on for the policeman's foot. Watch. This is crazy. Is everybody in this country, the man even want to stand up on his own 2 foot? What is this? You imagine. You understand how people is get themselves in problem? Imagine we got an incident where somebody acting abnormally outside of the office of the president was earlier shot and killed, and you got a next old fool come and doing the same shit. What is this? Oh my God. Oh my. Like a little mental man. You know normal. Oh lad, he playing like he get dead now. You come all this way, you know, dead, you got dead now when they hold on for you. He play a game his whole life. He playing like he get dead now. He walk all the way. Watch the distance where he come from. And right down there now he get dead. You lucky the police are expressing a level of discipline. I telling you, a ringing box would have take out two dentures and thing and start out the whole life. Restructure his brain, even if he had little cancer and all them things that would get rid of them. You understand? He would have been cured for so much a thing. You understand? Because he looked like he eye a little funny and so too. All the eye would have see back and all kind of thing. You come, you see a police, two police people running, coming to you. You come through two lines. You ever go down an avenue and see these yellow line? What is this line, Mark? What is line, Mark? Precaution. You cross two lines. It's madness. It's madness in this country. And worrying is even the old people. Listen to me. When you see people have come all their life and they live like 20, when you see 20-year-olds acting stupid and acting the fool, you got to ask yourself, you got 80-year-olds that dotage the whole life, that dotage. No, alright, this place plain as day. You pass through two lines. Then when while you pass and you see people beside the police vehicle and anything going on. Then you see people running, coming to you. Do you suspect something wrong? I can't make up these things, boy. I can't make up these things. I kid you not, I can't make up these things. You would believe I bring the man there for do that? We looking after serious matter. I'm old man come here, infiltrate the police car near you, and then throw down himself. And then he start playing he dead. He ain't dead. One car now wait for come here. But for move from dead to here, he start blue and so like he get heart attack and dead. Me? Let me do my little walk behind my camera. And here was the advantage. This camera, I just gotta keep my distance from people. You understand? So me and everything arms linked to them. This is the ideal job for me. I could only use my mouth. I can't make up these things. Because I tell you, whoever grandfather is though, when he the go, they be saying, grandfather, you meet Critic. And they say, how you, he ask how you know? They say, we see Critic and print to your face. Yeah, you the meet Critic. Because me know how for address dotishness by. If after 80 years, he still dotish. Me know how to address it. Just for apply to it. You understand? Yeah. We gotta lighten up the it happened. Listen to me. People will say, oh God, we talking about this is serious issues. But it happened right in front of we. What else am I gonna talk about? I can't make up these things. Even if I wanted to make it up, I can't make it up. So this is the scene around here. Now, this, just to give you guys a gauge of where we are, there's the Woodlands Hospital. Back the way is Scotiabank. And you got a growing media presence here. So I think all we wait on now is a report from the police identifying the suspect, what would have caused the suspect to come into confrontation or suspects to come into confrontation with presidential guards. Initial reports suggest an individual attempted to infiltrate State House. What does that mean? We got to wait on a police report to explain whether he was already over the fence, whether he was attempting to cross the fence, whether he was attempting to go through the gate. What does infiltrate State House mean? Right? That is the initial report I received. I initially said an attempt was made on the president's life. I removed that header. But if you're going into State House, where you're going? For pick flowers? That is what a simple question I'm asking. Right? Where you going in there with all them heavily guard men? Look at this place. Where you going in there for pick flowers? I'm just saying. Just my thoughts on it. Right? As much as the powers would be, are a peaceful, people-loving leadership, I can tell you. This incident has happened just one day after, 24 hours after Mayor Yubraj Narain would have made reference to the president and Guyana becoming a Muslim state. Who the suspect is yet to be ascertained, and what exactly happened here. To give you a bit of a rundown quickly before I close, there was some sort of a shootout after somebody attempted to infiltrate State House. And this is as a result of evidence that we're looking at, not anything that I received or was told. So the markers that you're seeing here is blood droplets, and that ended at that location there where the suspect was said to have fallen and died. The body has since been removed and investigations are ongoing. Crime scene investigators are obviously doing a thorough investigation here. One has to look at now, how secure does the First Lady feel? You know how women think. They have the baby there. You gotta ask yourself, how secure does the First Lady feel? You know, it's already a pressuring job being the First Lady, keeping up with all these things. The President is a very outgoing person. The President is a person who mixes and mingles a lot with people. Is the President going to be taking that same stance? The investigation here will be based on that. Nonetheless, this happened, and we're all human beings. Even the President, in his high office and position, have feelings and wants to live. Everybody, no matter who they are, wants to live. So one has to ask oneself, how is this going to be treated? How are the security forces going to be dealing with the President's security from now on? Nothing like this happened under the last administration. No threats were ever made to the President's life. You know, it is a case whereas one such threat was claimed, was concocted, and a COI was held, and it showed, you know, that COI made for adjustments that the past government had intentions of doing, but seemed to want a scapegoat to do so. Right? President Granger lived here, and nobody made any attempt to infiltrate State House. President Granger had a peaceful, secure tenure. It is unfortunate that President Ali and his family would have had to have this experience. The Guyanese Critic, Morning Live. I'll be bringing further updates as we receive them. And I'm thinking that the police should not issue a simple statement. In this case, there needs to be a press conference that the armed forces, the Commissioner of Police, the head of the army, the intelligence unit, everybody has to come and give their part, not only as to what transpired here, but how do they plan to secure the President in the future.